Butts.
Booty butt cheeks.
And welcome in, everybody, to another episode of Ampistrano, episode 54. So excited for today. I am your storyteller, D&D Jordan Lee, joined by this absolutely phenomenal cast. Before we get started, sorry, who's typing? Please stop typing because it's kidding me.
It was the pointy like enter.
It
you
was
could
so
feel.
direct. Very special thank you to our sponsors and affiliations. Found Familiar. Make sure to use D&D Jordan Lee and AmpistranoDND when you check out for a percentage off your purchase, as it does help to support the cast. Also, a very special thank you to Idle Champions. You can go check out their awesome game and use the code below and entering !idle in the Twitch chat in order to get that code, which you can then use to get an Electrum chest. But before we dive into our episode today, let's go around, say who we are, who we're playing, and any announcements we may have. I'm going to go with Sin, because Sin really just has a lot of personality today, and I'm here for it. So, Sin, you're muted.
Hi, I'm Messy. I will also be playing Blackstone today. My pronouns are he, they, and Blackstone's pronouns are they, but he is fine. And as far as announcements go, there will be a tabletop extravaganza here on this channel known as Games for Change next week, which I'm sure that Jordan has on their list to give you further details about. And we look forward to seeing you there starting next Thursday at around 8 p.m.
Sorry.
Dimples.
Hello. I'm not Farron. I'm Dimples and Dice. You can find me at Dimples and Dice all around the internet. I'm gonna be playing Captain Draven Tideboard along with Cribble. Both are he hims. Yeah, Games for Change, be here.
Awesome. April.
I'm April, she, they, all over the internet as April Raygun. I play Aurea, the Monkey Moon Fairy. I will also be at Games for Change next week.
And last but not least, Fair.
Okay, sorry. My mic, I knocked my mic off my desk. Hi, I'm Farron. I'll be playing Deodora Shadesun, your Battle Master Fighter. Our pronouns are she, her. I will also be at Games for Change. I have foolishly agreed to run a one-shot, and so I will be doing that. And also in at least one game.
Yeah. Special reminder that we do use safety tools and content warnings throughout each game of Ampistrano, including doing multiple check-ins. Content warnings for this episode are deep and dark bodies of water, heightened levels of stress, descriptions of injured, slain individuals, existential crises, complex and complicated relationships, and romance. We at the Haven and Vale want you to be safe. If you need to step away, please do, as you and your safety matter. As mentioned, so there will not be an episode next week because we're doing our annual Games for Change. We will be starting on Thursday at 7 p.m., 4 p.m. Pacific. As we raise money for PCRF, or Palestine's Children's Relief Fund. We have 10 one-shot games ranging from Girl by Moonlight to Call of Cthulhu to D&D to Love Deathmatch Island. It's going to be an absolutely phenomenal time. So you will want to tune in for all the ridiculousness. Your donations will impact each of the games as we raise money for charity. And literally everybody in the Ampistrano cast is in at least one game. So it's going to be chaos and fun. Other ways that you can help support is by checking out our Patreon, as well as our YouTube and TikTok. By subscribing to our Patreon, you are able to get access to a bunch of our playlists, some behind-the-scenes interviews, as well as sneak peeks for upcoming news, as well as every once in a while we'd like to do a one-shot with our Patreon members as well. So consider checking out our Patreon today. Special thanks to Sphinx, Seven, Mama Strange, Fluffy Snowfall, Chris Gideon, Buzz Lightyear, Lily42, and Goblin Katie for your support. Oh God. Let's see. Can each of you roll a D100 for me, please?
Did you say each of us?
Yeah.
Who?
Each of you roll a D100 for me, please. We're changing things up a little bit today.
I
Fuck is this shit?
Only the person who rolls highest gets to talk today.
No. Nice try.
I'm hoping for low rolls.
You might as well. And while that's happening,
Damn
I'm going
it.
to read the recap while this is happening. So, when last we left our adventurers, the group had set off from Illipin by way of a small river schooner, the Misty Haven, when their ship quickly found itself under siege by a deadly aboleth that had been lurking beneath the surface of the Varnoth River. The group barely got away with some well-placed wind and strategy. As the day continued into the evening, there came a small statue of Ansel, a lesser goddess keeping watch over the Varnoth River. After attempting to blessen the statue by reigniting the flame, our group continued on. The search for the shift-weaven blade and familiar armor on the minds of some. A ceremony of gray, the lines of the world blending together under full moons. A scarred and cursed land, a lost ship and crew. The missing individuals from Jorix, all weighs heavily on our adventurers' minds as they continue pushing forward. So, without further ado, let us go beyond the veil of Ampistrano. Welcome back, everybody. So, as the Misty Haven continues its journey through the night, now under the watchful eyes of Anziel, and the moons, the stars poking from beyond blankets of clouds, cool breezes move through the deck of the ship as sails expand, speeding up. Large brushstrokes of white passing in an otherwise clear night. Over the course of the next 3 days, the winds and currents seem to be in your favor. The water calm, barely breaking around the Misty Haven. But all you can see is the environment shifting, changing, especially once the Zyrenian mountains come into view, ushering you into their embrace. The hills slowly elongating into fang-white mountains that seem to loom over all of you as the late afternoon sun disappears behind its peaks. Along the banks, the transformation is a bit more distinct. Lush trees and distant farmland change to overturned blackened earth. No, gashes of what looks to be massive rivets of claw marks opening the earth to the darkness below. Trees hang dry, thin, with their roots scattered across the ground like a network of thin black streams clinging to the memory of life. There are no sounds save the water lapping against the banks. Each of you can feel the weight, the presence of decay, death. That chill settles onto each of you. After a few moments, Riley, you see kind of moving about the Misty Haven, getting ropes ready, and slowly maneuvering the Misty Haven towards the right, where the river breaks off into a smaller stream. She eventually stops the boat. About 2 feet gap between the boat itself and the land, where you can see there's a series of broken cobblestones. At this moment, she pulls out a small torch. Can I get each of you to please roll a perception check for me?
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20.
Can I use my passive perception
Sure.
for this?
Sure.
Okay.
If it's higher.
Nat 20, so 26.
Okay.
19 with Draven, 17 with Gremlin.
Okay.
Okay, well that's also a nat 20 for me on perception, so yay. But
Hey!
Yay. Wonderful. So basically everybody but Draven and Cribble.
I didn't roll bad.
I know. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Before we get to that, Riley says after a moment, I won't be able to properly tie her off. We won't have enough energy to get started again. But I believe this is where you mentioned needing to go first before we head to Jorix, right?
right, this should be the area that particular armor piece we were looking for should be.
Sure. I don't know anything about some armor, but you mentioned needing to come to this place, and you kind of see she gestures with the torch again, kind of giving the place a kind of weary look to it.
Well, the captain would see Blackstone saying that mostly to Deodora and the rest of the party.
Yeah, I mean, frankly, we don't know that much about it either, but we know we have to find it.
All right.
And I
Well,
suppose more importantly, we have to keep other people from finding it.
Yeah.
right. Well, I'll keep her here. Keep an eye out, I guess.
Do you have a means to hide yourself?
Oh yeah. We don't have much left, but I can use the mist of the Misty Haven to keep us concealed at least. So.
Then, should anything unusual present itself while we're here, that would be best. It is possible that whatever was responsible for that creature back there may be also looking for this place.
Yeah, sounds about right.
I think the long and short of it is protect yourselves. If you have to leave us, do what you gotta do.
Yeah. Well, we'll cross that bridge if we need to. Hopefully we won't have to. She kind of... Oh, go on.
I was just gonna say Deodora will gather her stuff and disembark.
Okay. And I'm assuming all of you are disembarking, correct? Okay.
Yep.
As you
Draven
are...
and Cribble swim.
Oh, you're swimming.
Yeah, they jump off and swim into the water.
Okay. Okay.
They're not afraid of water still. They're just
Aurea flies and stays 5 feet, 15 feet above the water at all times.
5 feet, 10, 15,
5, 10, 15,
11,
5,
10,
10,
11,
15,
12.
22
think
feet
11.
and 15 cents.
I'm catching a
15
ride with I'm catching a ride with Aurea if Aurea is willing to take me because Aurea flies.
That's valid. Everyone but Cribble and Tyborn going back to that perception check. You notice as you're disembarking the Misty Haven, off to the right, there's a glimmer of light in the water that catches your attention amongst the darkened waters. Perhaps it's the reflection of the torch that momentarily illuminates the crown surrounding the face beneath the surface of the water. Looking up in your direction, with an arm outstretched, is another statue of Ansel, this one discarded, forgotten. As the torch moves, the face shifts from view, but you can still feel its eyes on you as you pass by. You now find yourselves on a path, or the remnants of a path. Dead, somewhat petrified trees surrounding you, in the absence of sound otherwise.
I believe when we were in Felk, I mapped out the location. So I will pull that out
Okay.
and consult it.
Okay. Looking at your map, you can see that this surrounding area, there are kind of 3 paths that you could essentially take. You're on the main, what was the main road into this forgotten city. There, you can see it continues to the left along with this kind of stream, and heads over to where it looks like on your map there was some kind of marker of sorts. But from what you can tell from the distance, even from here, because the trees aren't that dense, it looks like that marker may or may not still be there, but it's buried within a lake. You can see that the path also continues straight ahead until you can see what appears to be the entrance to some mines and a series of buildings that are kind of somewhat dilapidated. That is an option. Or off to the right is where the actual town, what remains of it, would be.
Okay, so we have lake, mines, and town.
Yep. Yep.
And it looks like we would have to go like through the mines
To potentially
where
get
we
to
need
that
go?
armor, yes. Yeah.
Theodore will like sort of like summarize that to the group so we can all make a decision instead of her just making a decision.
Sure.
Because I think for her, she's like, I was just on a fucking boat. I don't want to go to the lake.
Valid.
And then the mines just seem, she's remembering the Unitel, and it's just like, she's traumatized by so much right now.
Understandable.
So, but she'll go where her companions think is best, because she doesn't know this area very well either.
So would you mind explaining this again on this map? The mines are a place that we have to go to. There's an abandoned town and a lake.
The mines, Jordan, just so I'm clear, the mines aren't a place that we have to go to. It's just that is a route we can take to get to where we need to go.
Correct.
Is that correct?
There's
Or do we
essentially
have to-
3 ways that you can
Okay.
get to the armor. The most direct route that you could probably tell from the map is through the mines. There is a more roundabout way that would take you past the kind of lake, and then you could try and start to climb the mountains, and try and make your way through there. Eventually you're going to have to go inside the mountains. Or you can make your way through the town, and perhaps there might be another way, because kind of looking at how the kind of face of the Zyrenian mountains, they're just a series of peaks that expand for miles. And this town and this area is kind of just at the crest of it. Think of it like a base camp of where you were at. And you can see from the lake entrance, it's more of a sheer, very, you could tell it's probably going to be a more difficult climb, more directly vertical. Whereas if you were to go through town, it kind of slowly slopes up, and you could probably slowly make your way up that way too. But there's 3 possible ways that you could go.
I explain all that.
Sure.
So
The going through town would be longest, but likely the safest.
Possibly.
But the
Yeah.
going through the mines is the most direct
Correct.
route to get to where we
Mhm.
need to go.
Uh,
as I understand it from what they offered us and information in Felk, the more direct route also has an increased amount of danger on it. Which is to say, the other paths do not have no danger, but they do have less. And the town may have supplies if we are looking for them.
I don't think finding supplies would hurt.
Draven just kind of. This is up to y'all. Y'all had already been on this mission before you got to me. And to be completely honest with you, I want to get in and out of here as fast as I possibly can. Need to get the focus.
Oh, will we be running most of the time?
I don't know if that's going to be the fastest possible solution if all of us end up exhausted. But if we wanted to run, I'm not any less inclined to do that. I'm in pretty good.
Draven says all this, and then Deodora looks to Blackstone and says, "No, he's just being metaphorical. He just doesn't want to spend too much time here because he needs to get to Jorix. So he wants to be as fast as possible. Doesn't mean we have to run, but it does mean that we shouldn't linger."
Efficiency. Well, that's
Yes.
understandable. Then I suppose let us head toward the town. Also on the map here, and this is a question to the DM. What are there routes between each of these? So if we wanted to go from the town to the mines or to the lake, how long would that take? Or do we have to retrace steps to get there?
You would essentially have to retrace steps, at least from what you can tell from the map, but also kind of looking at the surrounding areas, just because you were finding, as you're kind of looking around this area, destruction of massive buildings. So a lot of the pathways, like this road is not maintained at all. It is the skeleton of what. The only reason you are all aware that you're on somewhat of a road is because there have been no trees growing where you're at. The trees are on the sides still. So a lot of the kind of more cared for pathways that you're used to, whether that be in Illipin or even when you were in Felk and Vibran, are not as accessible. So you could certainly try to maneuver between, if you end up going into the town, deciding to cut through and go to the mines. You could certainly do that, but the map obviously is not the most up to date with what other things or other structures might have toppled within this area.
Well, then I suppose we will try to work our way toward the town, and I might try to keep a lookout for points of transition in case we decide to take another path on the way there. Now, as far as I understand for our scouting capabilities, those are things that, well, at the very least, I am built for that among other things as a concept, and Ori is capable of flight, so it might be best if we are in the front of the group so as to try to spot danger before it finds us.
That works for me.
Pardon, Captain?
I said I don't have any arguments here.
Well,
He's being moody today. Don't worry about him too much.
Woody, what do you mean?
Cribble just sort of hops over to you and then start explaining what moody means and mood swings and different sort of emotional ups and downs walking along with you.
So then
He wants to see his king.
you see wheels turning. I think Cribble sees like the wheels turning in Blackstone's mind because it's kind of is there a way to do that? But Blackstone nods in understanding at least of the concept. Does that mean that he would like a hug now?
Don't know. You might have to ask him.
I think I'll ask him whenever we take a break. That might be best.
Yeah, probably. He'll be okay.
I do hope so. And then, Blackstone is going to try to stay about, I'd say, 30 to 60 feet ahead of the group and just kind of look for movement, things that look unusual, clear lines of sight through the trees.
And you said you're moving with stealth, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Why don't you make a stealth check?
And,
for me?
and probably footprints.
Okay. Yeah, if you want to make a stealth and a perception check, I'll have you do both.
Okay, so that is the stealth roll. And that is a perception roll. I will tell you my passive is higher, but I rolled a 17. And for stealth, I rolled a 28.
Okay. Sticking close to the ground, you move forward. No sound. Save for every now and then, even as you're moving forward, the dried kind of leaves underneath your boots, almost disintegrating on contact. It's not long then that you start to notice that the pathway, as you continue forward, becomes marked with what looks like sticks. And then they become clear bone scattered around this pathway. Dotting the path between rocks and dead roots, with the occasional skull, long rusted swords, shields splintered, broken into pieces. I don't know when it hits you, but the realization that the skeletal pieces are pointed in the opposite direction from which you are now treading. Especially as they grow in number. No other creatures, nothing else.
It seems there was some kind of destructive force here. And perhaps a number of people were trying to escape it. I suppose that means we're approaching whatever the cause of this is, considering that, well, you'll find this in a couple of moments from now, but there is an increase in the amount of bones and weaponry and things. Most of them seem to be humanoid.
Yeah, let's be on guard in case that thing is still here. Whatever it is. Or was.
I think the better way to play it is to be ready to fight something.
Both can be true.
Draven pulls out a sword.
Can I make a history check to see if we remember any kind of like major historical battles or like well-documented events about this place?
Sure.
Okay. That history check is a 19.
Okay. This area is one of those places that never healed from one of the great battles between gods. to the point that this town, and whatever books that you have read, indeed even in the library of Felk when you were looking through and trying to get all this information about this area, no longer has a name. It was utterly eviscerated. A reminder of what can happen when you anger those in power. The land has not been able to be restored. Its people caught off guard. Some fleeing and some trying to stay and fight. There's not really a lot of records as to what happened here. Just bones. Are all of you stealthing at this time?
An attempt
I
can
mean,
be made for sure.
I'll say there's a few that's probably horribly trying.
Let's get a
Yeah.
group stealth check going.
Shoot.
Natural 20 for 28.
Incredible. I roll with a disadvantage and I got 5 on both die.
Ooh.
So that's a 7.
Okay.
Honestly, that wasn't too bad. I rolled a 20.
Okay.
I also rolled a 20.
Nice. Okay. Not bad. Going with group average. So every now and then a couple chinks from from Theodora trying to be quiet back there.
I'm clanking.
Clanking it out.
It's like when you're trying to sneak down to get some food in the middle of the night and
Yeah.
it's so loud. Everything is so loud. Like when you're trying to get the plastic lid off of a cake and it's
Yep.
just like
It's that one it's that one stare too that you always have to
yeah.
worry about. No, April, no.
Yeah, no, April.
No.
Why are you like this?
Wild. And just so I know you just so it's clear again, you all are going towards the city, correct? The town.
Yes.
Okay, cool. So, the small stream continues with you for a while before eventually, just as the map dictated, veering off to the left around a bend. To your right, between the trees, you all can start to see what appears to be broken walls of ivory stone. For a moment, it looks like this massive, almost wing is kind of sticking out of the earth. And what you can see are just the remnants of rags as the outer edges of a fallen windmill, slowly moving in the wind. You continue forward and eventually find yourselves on the outskirts of this town. Small farm buildings, rotted wood, ceilings completely caved in or destroyed, doors ripped off. To the right, about 20 feet or so, you can still see a standing carriage. Looks like it had been packed up in a hurry. And you see several skeletons, their selves leaning against the carriage as they were just trying to either push the carriage to start or push the final things into the carriage before their end arrived. With your passive perception, you all can pick up there is no life here. That is continued. And there's no smell of decay It's more of just an ever-present feeling. And it seems to cling on you. Specifically, Cribble and Draven, ever since you got out of the water, it's almost like the water has clung to you, not wanting to let up. There's a frigidness to that air. That sends a chill through each of you at some points. But scattered around you are about 5 dilapidated, abandoned buildings. And you see up further ahead the remnants of a wall with a gate. The marker of this forgotten city.
Since this was like a mining town,
Yeah.
do we see like any building that would have been like a general store, any like sort of like mining, like mountain climbing type supplies anywhere?
It's a little bit difficult. I'm not going to make you roll for it. It's a little bit to tell specific. I'm going to go by your passive perceptions because the signs are kind of worn away. But you can tell that place that had the carriage in front about 20 feet or so. You can see what appears to be very aged, but climbing gear kind of attached to the hips of the skeletons. You can tell that this place they're in front of is, or as one point was, a storefront. So this would probably be the most kind of likely answer to any kind of goods or supplies.
I would like to like first examine the like what's on the skeleton to see like how rusted it is, or molded, or moldered if it's like rope or something, like
Sure.
just sort of see what we're working with, so like we're not wasting our time, because since this place is so old,
Yeah.
there's a possibility that it's like none of the supplies are even like none of like the equipment is any good anymore.
Sure. And you're just checking the skeletons, or are you checking anything else?
I'm gonna start with the equipment that's on the skeleton first before going
Okay.
any further, because again, like I think even though it's out in the elements, it might give like a little bit of an idea of what we might be working with if there's stuff inside.
Sure.
And so it might just be like a waste of our time to even go looking, but
Sure.
what would you like me to roll for that?
Why don't you do a let's do an investigation check.
Okay. Investigation. I don't think I add anything. Oh no, I have a +1. 17.
17. You can see that on both skeletons that are on the back of this kind of carriage, they have a pickaxe to their left side that is kind of largely rusted, not completely, but largely. And it does look like they're, even before whatever happened here happened, these were somewhat favored items of these individuals. You can see very distinctly what appears to be almost either letters or some kind of initials that were as in the base of the pickaxe. You can see climbing ropes and other ropes on their right side that these largely look frayed. They look almost petrified, except for where you can see there's somewhat of a metal chain that's kind of holding the rope on their belt.
Mm-hmm.
Where that metal is, the rope has remained pristine. The rest of it rotted away, petrified. But in this specific area, the scent hits you still of a very preserved rope. That's fine. Could be a day old.
And what does the metal in that area look like? Does it look fine as well?
Relatively.
What is it, like a clamp or something?
Yeah, it's like a little clamp for just easily putting your rope on, or sometimes with climbing, changing out whatever supplies you're using if you're sharpening your pickaxe or whatever you're using to kind of leverage yourself up. So there is like a small little pocket full of, like a pouch rather, full of sharpening tools to sharpen the pickaxe and stuff. That buckle is also holding on to that as well. That pouch largely wrecked, but the items inside the pouch, all metal, all preserved. A little bit of wear and tear, but not much.
Yeah. Okay. I would like to take the items in the pouch.
Sure. You can add 6. They're basically pickaxe sharpeners.
Okay.
They're about the size of, like, think of like a guitar pick. It's basically a small stone of metal that can be used to sharpen.
Okay. And then you said the clamp looks fine as well.
A little bit weathered, but
It's
I mean, it's looking pristine in comparison to everything else around here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd like to take that too.
Okay. All right. You have 1 clamp, which you can use to clamp either rope or rope in a pouch to you.
Okay. Some of this stuff is decayed, but a lot of it still seems fine somehow. Do we want to check the store or?
Well, yes, but also that's super fucking strange.
Yeah, I know. I think I want to like hold the sharpeners and the clamp out to Blackstone and say like, is there anything like strange or like unique about this metal? You're muted. I can't hear you. Turn your voice box on.
Sorry, I'll use my inside voice. So, is this because this isn't rusted like the metals along the road?
Yeah. I mean, it's been out in the environment, in the elements at some point. Like, even though these sharpeners were in a pouch at some point, it's been so long. Nature would have done something with them, I would think.
Oh, well, there's that. But also, it is not necessarily uncommon for either containers or metals in particular to be magically enhanced or enchanted to prevent that from happening. And that might be the case here. I can try to see if these are enchanted with a magic of some kind.
Yeah, if you could, I wouldn't know.
Okay, that's a nat 20 on Arcana.
Okay.
Whew.
There's something that was magical about this. The magic lingering slightly. You get more of a sense, I'll give this to you, that it's the actual stone that the metal was made from. There's proponents of lead, obsidian, and onyx that have been kind of melted down and combined. That have allowed for this metal, which is largely made from the earth itself, in the purest of forms, combined together to make these.
Can I identify those? Like, do I understand that those metals are kind of like together in these items?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not going to I'm going to give you that with the Arcana. Because the Arcana is allowing, I'll say this, the Arcana is allowing for those metals to combine seamlessly. Usually when you're combining metals, there's a bit of a give and take, and one ends up taking primary ship of whatever it is. Think of like a diamond with a ring. The diamond is usually what people think of versus the band. This, it is across the boards. There are equal amounts of each of the metals here. and the magic is allowing that perfection to hold.
Remarkable. You just see like Blackstone holding it up and kind of turning it in their hand. Well, there is some magic here, but I think it's just used for the construction. This is made out of items that just simply decay a lot more slowly than a typical metal would after time. This particular one is combined with things like obsidian and onyx, basically volcanic rocks. So, because it's from nature, it doesn't decay as easily, if that makes sense. There's also lead here, but, well, it's only 1 part lead and 2 part metals that are extracted directly from the earth as it is, and, well, magically combined to last through things like this. I have to wonder why they didn't make all of their weaponry out of this particular construction. I wonder where it's from.
Volcanic rock, you said? Do
Um,
we know if there are any volcanoes in this mountain range?
Well, sometimes, when I say volcanic rocks, volcanoes are what happens when the fires from within the earth make it outside. You don't always have to do that. And I suppose that's why, and, well, that's one of the things that you probably could get from a place like a mine. I would assume not necessarily here, but it is very possible in places that mountains appear that volcanoes could also appear or have appeared at some point in time.
But again, to your point, if these materials were being mined here, why wasn't everything else made out of them?
Well, if it took magic to combine them, then I don't know if this is a town of magicians per se. To put it another way, it takes an intense amount of force and heat to put things like this together, unless you do something by very unusual means.
Like magical means.
Like magical means, yes.
Well, if I'm by no means magical, but wasn't this place likely destroyed by like lots of magic?
Very powerful magic. The only thing that they do say about this town, because there's not much that's remembered about it, is that it was a battle between the gods.
So mega magic then, for lack of better terminology.
Well, I suppose that is a very accurate terminology.
Could that potentially linger? Like, not just the magic that was used, but the resonance of it or something like that. Like, there's a whole lot of death here, and if there's a lot of death by magic, couldn't that be causing some problems?
Well, potentially, it could still cause problems.
Cool. Great. Fantastic.
Jordan, since I know that they're magically made and what they're made from,
Yeah.
do I know of other places that things like this could have come from? Like, is there a city that makes weapons that combine metals like this?
The combining of metals, that kind of happens throughout all of Ampistrano, but usually it's 1 or 2. It's very rare that 3 are present. And that a spell is making sure that one is not overlapping another. Usually the goal is to allow for the strengths of whichever metal you're putting into this to allow for that to overtake and then that be the strength of this metal. like specific metals are used to make a specific arrow that can explode because of the durability that it can handle. So it's a bit strange. The combination of 3 is very rare. There's maybe one person in Jorix that actually does something similar. It's kind of a, not necessarily a lost art, but a somewhat forgotten art. Like basically they call it the triad when it comes to metal melding.
I would say, wherever this comes from, there aren't a lot of people around who can make this, or very specifically, that can just combine 3 metals magically. These days, most of the time, it's maybe 2. And of those people, of that level of talent, I think the closest one currently is, well, ironically, in Jorix. I wonder if that's where these came from. Perhaps the people here reached out to Jorix for help before whatever this calamity was.
Did Jorix even exist when this calamity occurred?
That is a good question. That might be something to think about as we wander. But I would say for these, you might want to bring them along. They could come in handy. At the very least, if they are sharp and pointed, I can throw them at things.
Very true. DM.
Yes.
Since we know there was like a war between the gods here for and that this was one of like the epicenter of one of the battles, can I like maybe like reach out with like my spirit or something, or like use my spirit to sort of survey the town to see if there's any like lingering essence?
Sure. Yeah.
Cool.
You can roll with advantage because Sparky can assist you with that.
And I add a +3, I think. Yeah.
Yes, +3.
Dirty 20.
Perfect. And what exactly are you looking for?
I just want to see if there's any sort of lingering like energies from like the magics that destroyed this place, or like whatever gods were present here at the time that it happened, because Blackstone did mention that something may still be lingering.
Sure. You kind of focus in, you and Sparky. And I think it hits you first, as your kind of presence intermingles first with the area around you where skeletons and those that have fallen laid. And the image of, you've seen it before, those threads that can form oftentimes when souls are connecting with each other, whether it be friendships or otherwise. But beyond that, also bringing them into the veil themselves. From these skeletons, you can see those almost impossible to see threads still reaching almost upwards towards the sky, completely severed. The spirit, whatever happened here, their souls didn't go to the veil. Something else stole it.
I don't think we should linger here much longer.
Warrior, what are you doing at this time? Besides getting attacked by by your little displacer beast.
Oria's playing with beans.
Yep.
Yeah, Oria's just on a roof keeping watch, playing with beans.
Okay.
Don't do it.
Warrior, I would say at this time, you see, as this kind of conversation is kind of happening, movement from some of the dilapidated houses not far off.
Aurea will let off like a low whistle, something that Deodora would know. Just enough to get her attention, and Aurea's just pointing in the direction. Quiet.
Yeah, I'll look in that direction.
Sure. Slowly moving through the remnants of several of the houses, you see 3 figures. Be hard pressed to call them humanoid, but most of their features are humanoid, at least in presentation. You see 2 kind of tall humanoids with what appears to be large kind of pincers where their shoulder blades are, elongated out. 2 other hands to the sides that are kind of dragging against the building, kind of making a high-pitched noise for a hot moment as their nails kind of slide against the stone. And you just hear this mournful kind of cry coming from them. The other one lumbers forward, leaning heavily on their left side, and you see that they are just dragging their arm and tendrils connecting their hand behind them as they're slowly moving in your direction to where all this noise has been coming from. You have a second to do anything, but then...
Are they standing close to each other?
Somewhat. The 2 that have the kind of pincer arms are coming right out of the building itself, whereas the one that's kind of dragging its arm behind, and you can see is largely blue in coloring, is on the main road. So probably between everybody, the 2 pincered figures are the ones closest together. They're within 6 or 7 feet.
Are they all... I just need to know if they're all within 20 feet of each other.
Yes, they're within 20.
I think as soon as Deodora sees them, if you'll allow...
Sure.
Aurea's point... she's just gonna... As soon as Deodora, she's gonna do the finger gun and cast Fairy Fire.
Perfect.
On the group.
Fairy Fire lights up. Let's roll some
They do
initiative.
get to make a dex save.
Sure.
It's a 13 dex save.
Okay.
Please fail.
14 on 1.
If you pass all of them, I'm going to throw this cat across the room.
9 on
no.
the other pincer. So 1 failed for the pincer, 1 succeeded. And the one
would
that's
never
dragging
kill
its
you.
arm got a 15. So 1 failed.
Well, god damn it. Okay,
I'm
that
sorry.
one... everyone has advantage on that one, then.
Okay, let's go
Okay.
ahead and roll some
Now-
initiative then.
Now, Jordan,
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask you this: have we had chances to rest? Have we had chances to get
Yes.
spirit points back? How many d20s
It's
should
been
we roll
3
for
days, so you can roll
Great.
the d20 3 times. And yes, you've had a short rest. So yeah, it's been 3 days since your whole fight with the aboleth and the blessing of the goddess. So yes.
Just heard cat purr.
Yep.
I muted, sorry.
No, you're fine. Just
It's really cute, actually.
I'm used to this. I am very familiar with how this works.
Let's see. Let's go with any.
Hey, I am almost back up to full on them spirit points.
Yay.
Oh shit! I rolled 2 nat 20s for Cribble, who was having a bad time with these, so he is back to full. Yay!
Nice.
Amazing. All right, let's do 20 to 25.
Oh, let me roll initiative.
Yeah, I there.
Nat 20, 22.
Nice. Okay. 15 to 20.
I'm going to use one of my advantages.
Okay.
I rolled so terribly.
Sin, you're muted, love.
Two of my advantages.
Well, you know, actually, I'm going to use one of my inspiration points just to get myself back up to full for the spirit points. I only have I'm like 5 from that, so I'm just
Fuck
gonna
it.
use that.
I just rolled 3 3s in a row.
Ooh.
Oh my god.
Damn.
No, one was a 5. So I 7. That's my initiative.
Okay. And Oreo, what did you get?
7.
Fucking
7.
fuck.
Both
What
of
the-
you were 7.
For initiative?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
I rolled a 2, and I have a +5, which is 7.
Perfect.
Jesus
My dexterity
Christ.
is +5. It's
Okay.
it's a 20.
All right. Deodora,
I don't
you
know
are
if yours
up
is higher or not.
first because I'm going to honor the nat 20.
Okay.
So you see these figures
You go before me.
as the fairy fire takes.
Okay, I'm gonna attack the one that has fairy fire on it.
Okay.
I get advantage.
Go for it.
Does a what is my attack? Fucking. Does a dirty 20 hit?
Yes, that does hit.
Okay, attack again. Does a 19 hit?
19 does hit. And I'm popping into Zoom what you're fighting. If it'll work.
Yes.
What in the
23.
Resident Evil is this shit?
23 damage.
No, it's not Resident Evil. This is Dead Space.
Yeah, this is
That's the
Dead
thing that I
Space.
fought in Dead
This
Space.
is Dead Space, yeah. Which means you gotta take off all its limbs or
Uh-huh.
it'll die.
Yeah.
Oh, yep. Okay. I'm sorry,
Okay,
Farrah.
and
What
now-
was that damage?
23.
Okay.
Now Sparky's going to attack.
Okay.
I don't think Sparky is. Sparky's doing his best. Sparky
What the fuck
misses.
is happening?
What?
He's like, what the fuck is happening? You said he's
Yeah,
doing his
I
best.
mean, truly, I don't know, kid. That's my turn.
Okay, cool. You swipe on that Lost Sorrow Sword, which is the one with the pincers. Easily coming down with your blade and doing a massive amount of damage. But you can already see the wounds starting to heal up as black ichor fills. Alright. Next up is Blackstone. Then it's the creatures. Sin, you are muted. I don't know what's happening, love.
I mute myself when I'm not talking so I don't cause problems with my
Oh.
clickety clacks or other things in the background like police sirens. So, with that in mind, you said there are 3 creatures here
Yes.
that we have?
2 of the pincered ones, and then one that's lumbering with its hand kind of following behind it.
Okay. So, we are going to, I guess, start with the one that April landed Fairy Fire on.
Okay. That's one of the pincered ones.
That is 18 to hit.
That hits. Just barely, but it hits.
Okay. I think this is a bonus thing, but I'm not going to worry about that right now. We have... Okay. So that is 23 damage.
Nice.
With a
What does it
short
look like
bow.
as you're hitting?
Hmm?
What does it look like as you are hitting?
Basically, it looks like a bow with an ethereal purple tail on it because, you know, it came from Belk and it has that energy.
Love that. Same thing happens. You see your damage, those attacks hitting, and not doing nearly as much damage as you were hoping. As you can see some of the wounds starting to heal up.
It seems that these creatures may have physical resistances. Keep that in mind.
As we move to the creatures, if there is nothing else you wish to do.
I think what I'll do is, hold on, do you have to do... Yeah, that's not going to work very well for this. So, I'm going to... Wait, I don't think you... As a rogue, do I get bonus action dodge?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, you do.
Then I will be doing that. Dodge.
Okay. Cool. Sounds good. All right. So one of the pincered creatures, the one that was not fairy fired, you see the kind of claws outstretching further on its back, and all of a sudden it lets out this wail and it slams the claws against the ground. I need Tideborn, Blackstone, and Deodora to go ahead and make dexterity saving throws, please. Where you were just out of reach, but it did try to get you too, but you were just flying just too high for it.
I used inspiration, so I got 21.
Okay.
Triple in the Draven rolled nat ones.
Oh.
Oh my god.
And Blackstone, what did you get?
23.
23. Okay. So Deodora and Blackstone, you will take half damage. But you see as its arms kind of connect with the earth, these kind of black, it almost looks like thorns and tendrils start snaking their way across the earth towards all of you. Just before they get to you, about, I would say, 5 feet in front of you, the tendrils rise off of the ground, sharpening like glass, and all of a sudden you are pelted with this, almost, it looks like thorns being just shot at you. So that will be Draven, you take 23 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
And Blackstone and Deodora, you take half.
Which is what?
Half of 23, we'll say 12.
Okay.
Alright, that's it for that one. The other one is going to move forward. This one has been fairy fired. And is going to try and make 2 arm attacks on Deodora. Let's see if it hits. 19 to hit.
That just hits. Sorry, I just realized my armor gives me removes 2 piercing damage, so.
All good. Okay. Let's see. And I need you to make a dexterity saving throw, please.
Okay.
Because the second one will hit as well.
Okay. Do I need to make 2 dex saving throws?
Nope, just the one.
Okay, that's just a 13.
Okay. The first one swipes down at you as its kind of massive claw slashes right where your kind of right shoulder is, right where it meets your neck, where some of that armor, there's a little bit of give. And as it comes down, it ends up wrapping around you. You are now grappled by this thing. Let's see. You are considered frightened of this thing as well.
Okay.
And you will take another 10 points of piercing damage as it just fully embraces you.
Okay.
That's it for that one's turn. And then the last one, let's see what he's gonna do.
Since I'm frightened, that means my attacks against it have a disadvantage, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Which you'll have the... Yeah, correct.
This is the one that's not fairy fired? Or is fairy fired?
This one is fairy fired.
Okay, I'm gonna use my reaction to brace so I can make an attack against it since it attacked me. It came into reach. I'm gonna use Sparky to flank so that it cancels. It's fairy fired, so I had disadvantage. That would have canceled out the disadvantage. I'm gonna use Sparky to give myself advantage.
There you go. Yeah.
Oh, that's gonna that's 27 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
15. That is 15 damage.
Okay. It takes that damage, but will still embrace you
Yep.
as you are stuck to its side. The other one that is dragging behind with its arm, it is going to go ahead and make a... Let's see. Yep, it's going to make an attack against Tyborn. I need you to make another dexterity savings throw, please.
I'm gonna need you to fuck off.
Sorry.
Okay. Let's see.
It takes a 7. I'm sorry, I forgot to add my superiority die, so it takes 7 more damage
Okay, cool.
to that.
I got a 19.
19. Okay. You just make it. So with that, you will not be pulled back into its grasp as it basically, you see it kind of lumbering forward with the arm that's being dragged across the ground, and you can see actually pierced through the hand of it is this kind of large, almost looks like a spear or a knife that's been lodged into it as it kind of aims in your direction and shoots it. Basically was going to try and pull you back, and you're able to stand your ground. You're still going to take 19 points of piercing damage, but you're not considered grappled, and you have not been pulled back within its grasp.
Damn.
That is it for its turn. Now it is actually Cribble, Draven, and Aurea, your turns, and then Deodora, you're back up at the top.
Yeah. I'm sorry, how much damage did I take from that attack?
Oh god, I've already re-rolled the dice.
Sorry.
It's okay, it's okay. I do not remember. I don't
Okay.
remember. I want to say maybe 10 points, we'll say. That's
Okay.
probably not right, but we'll go with that.
And that was slashing damage?
Piercing.
Okay, so I actually take 8.
All right.
Okay.
Cribble, Draven, and Aurea, you are up.
Yep. So Cripple's gonna go first. We've been noticing this thing is not taking much damage from piercing, slicing, things of that nature.
Correct.
So, I mean, truly, there's not a whole lot that Draven can do that's not those things. But Cribble is going to cast Guiding Bolt.
Okay.
So this thing will need to make a what's Guiding Bolt? What does it say? Hold on, double check.
Guiding bolt is an attack roll.
Just an
Yeah,
attack
just
roll.
an attack
yeah,
roll.
Yeah.
Never mind. All right, then 25.
25 hits. Which one are you aiming for? Are you aiming for the one that tried to harpoon you? Or are you aiming for the one that's been fairy fired and is grappling Deodora? Or the other one that has its hands on the ground now as those kind of thorns hit?
Let's say
Oh my goodness.
the one, yeah, because all of this seems fucked. Let's say the one that is grappling Deodora.
Okay. All right.
And we're casting this at level 2, by the way. So
Sounds
it is 16 radiant damage.
16. Okay. Deodora, can you also mark off on your sheet 16 radiant damage as it hits you?
Yep.
How does it hit her too?
It transfers the damage that it takes to whoever is being grappled.
Oh,
Well,
that's
you
a lesson
see
learned.
The guiding
Fuck.
bolt, as you launch it, you see it hit the creature, but you see the energy snake down its arms and instead just implode against Deodora, taking that damage.
Cool. All right. Does that also transfer the advantage?
I was gonna ask the same question.
No, it does not transfer the
Okay.
advantage. It just transfers the damage. I'm not that
Okay.
evil that I'm going to say yes.
Listen, you make me question this shit now.
Y'all said challenge. Here you go.
Because we call her a white woman, isn't it?
Yeah. I have another question because
No,
you
no,
said
sorry.
that it's,
Who said that? Who said that? Who?
Sorry,
I have a
Rebel.
question about it taking. You said it doesn't seem like it's taking the damage it should take. Is it just kind of above table? Is it like resistant? It's resistant to these damages even from magical weapons.
Correct. Seems like it's
What the?
radiant. Possibly would have worked if you were not within its grasp and was able to then siphon that
radiant-
energy elsewhere. So
So it didn't take the damage. It all went to fair.
all went to, yeah. But I'll allow, like, if you as a free action wanted to do like some kind of history check or something on what this creature might be, or some kind of a quick investigation to see what its weak points may be, I would allow that.
Sure.
Okay.
19.
Perfect. So with the 19, this thing is susceptible to radiant, fire, and lightning damage.
It's all shit that I can't do.
Right. Same.
Actually, can any of us do this shit without fucking Toby here?
I know, I was just sorry, Robo.
Way to set us up, Jordan. We're about to run from
I've
another
had
fucking
plans
fight.
for weeks.
So,
Ow.
I will say this, just above table between us as players. I can though.
Yeah.
I was gonna say,
Blackstone
you do it
can
someone
because
else.
Wizard, Arcane Trickster.
Okay, well, so it's just Blackstone and Cribble are gonna have to basically solo this fucking fight.
We'll see.
Cool. Okay. Bonus action, I can't cast another spell, so
What spell were you, if you would, what spell would it be?
cure wounds. Like, no, I
No, I'll
but I
let you do
can't.
that.
Like,
I'll let you do that. That's fine. I think that's silly. Yeah, go for it. You could cast a Cure Wounds.
Cure wounds is an action, so I can't
Yeah,
cast that anyway.
you can't.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
That's what I'm saying. Go for it. I'm allowing
ah.
you to do that.
Okay.
Wait, hold on. Can we get that? Can someone clip that? That casting Cure Wounds is now a free action?
For this specific instance,
Robo?
yes.
Robo, you hear that?
I'm
Cure Wounds is now a free action.
Morning Bay. This is a specific fight. I'll allow it.
Okay, so I'm also going to cast at a second level. I'm going to cast it on Draven because Draven just got his ass whooped a little bit.
A little bit.
So I've not rolled very well, but you know, it is what it is. So that's going to be 9 HP to Draven.
Okay.
Cripple's just like, there you go, Cap. Don't hit Deodora.
Don't hit Deodora the way I just hit Deodora, and then proceeded to not heal her from the damage that I did to her.
Do as I say, not as I do.
I only got so much of me. Okay.
Okay.
All right, we're gonna start off with a bonus action from Draven. I'm going to use Brace.
Okay.
So I'm gonna use a battle die, and everybody within 30 feet of me. Hopefully, everybody's within 30 feet of me. If they're
Yeah.
not, I'm going to move to a place where they are.
Yep. You can easily do that.
Cool. And then they'll add a D8 that I roll to their saving throws. Dice on my desk and no D8s. So everybody gets to add +5 to their next saving throw.
Nice. Okay.
And I think I'm just going to, yeah, I'm not going to do much damage, but whatever I can land is going to land. So I'm going to attack the one that has fairy fire.
Okay. The one that's currently holding Theodora.
Okay. No, I don't trust this.
Does
No, I'm
That sounds
attack
like
the
a
one
simple we
that's
forget.
got
Let me
us.
just remind, this one is
I didn't know
holding
that was the
Theodora.
same one that had Deodora.
Yes,
Never mind.
the one that is fairy fired has a hold of Theodora. Yes.
Okay, then I'm going to attack the one that is got his things in the ground.
Okay. Sure.
Nat 20
Yeah.
or 28.
So you get max +1 roll.
Okay, so max damage would be 8%. So it's going to be a 26 damage.
Okay, what does it look
I
like as you were
suspect this getting
hitting?
halved. Draven just like kind of picks Cribble up, drops him off his shoulder, and just goes running at this thing with a shield and says, "Don't fuck with my friends!"
I love it. Amazing. Okay. Yeah, you do that damage. Anything else you wish to do?
That's all I can do. Bonus action. Yeah, that's my whole shebang.
All right. Horia, you are up. Theodora, you're on deck.
Okay. Here's what I would like you to do,
Sure.
and then you tell me what I need to do to make it work.
Sure.
What Ori is going to do is fly and is going to grapple Deodora's legs and then fly straight up. Bonus action, let go. Reaction, feather fall on Deodora, so the thing that's holding her falls and Deodora floats down.
Okay. Okay.
Because I feel like if I do a grapple, it's a contested roll, but if Deodora lets me, I can just do it.
Correct.
It's not contested. And then I just fly up and because then bonus action dash, which gets me the 50 feet up in the air that I let go.
Correct.
Well, you can only move half of your speed.
Yeah,
when
you would only
grapple.
be able to move half with Theodora and the creature in pull.
So then 25 feet up in the air.
Okay.
But if they bonus action dash, then they can do their full movement.
50 feet in the air.
Correct.
Your like
Let
regular
go.
movement because it's
Yeah.
halved.
Hold on.
I
Cut it the fuck out!
That's what Oria says to
Yeah,
the
get
thingy.
the fuck out!
My cat was chewing on the power cord to the computer.
Oh, yeah. That's valid. Okay. I knew you were making the face if I'm going to try and break this somehow, so I always love hearing your...
And we've already decided that when she gets 50 feet, that's the point of acceleration. So once I get it that high, it's going to hit at full
Correct.
mass times acceleration.
Yeah.
I forgot the word. Terminal velocity.
Math.
I hit terminal velocity.
Terminal
for things
velocity,
like that.
Math, physics, math.
Okay. You would need to make a strength check. 'Cause
Okay.
This thing does have a very strong hold.
Check or saving throw? Saving throw? Saving throw? Saving throw.
No,
Saving
it is
throw.
not a saving
Please
throw.
saving
It's
throw?
a check. No.
This could go bad.
Nice try, though.
Okay, so that was only a 12, but
Okay.
I will use 5 of my inspiration to do this.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Go ahead and roll.
That's a 33.
Yeah, you easily can lift both Theodora and this creature, which is still grappled to Theodora, up.
And then once I get 50 feet, I just let go. And then bonus action, because I can do that same thing.
Sure.
Feather fall on Deodora.
Okay. I will, it will do a strength save to try and hang on to Deodora. It's a 19.
Not at disadvantage or anything?
No.
Come on.
It's not a disadvantage.
Can I use an inspiration to kick it in the head so you take away 1d8?
No.
I'm spending inspiration. I never spend
I
inspiration.
know you
Jordan.
do, and I really appreciate
And that was a
it.
33 to get up there.
I know, and I'm very proud of you, and I'm trying to reward you as much as possible, but no.
So wait, what's happening here?
So Oreo basically yeeted Deodora and the creature up into the air about 50 feet, and is dropping, and was creature tried to hang on, and it did.
I'm on deck though.
Yeah,
I'm
you're
next.
on deck.
Great. Ori, are you finished? I'm gonna alley oop what you just did.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I'll let you.
That was
I'll
gonna be
alley
the
it.
other thing. I know Deodora has something up their sleeve that this would work. So
Yeah. I'm gonna bonus action shift,
sure.
and then I'm going to blink out of the thing's arms. Still in the air, just
Yep.
40 feet away. I saw feather fall. It falls for max damage.
Okay. Love it. Okay. I will get my calculator out to roll.
Actually, you know what? I'm not gonna blink 40 feet away. I'm just gonna blink right out of its arms, but out of its reach.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Okay. Can easily.
So you're gonna stand and watch the explosion.
I'm gonna stand and watch this motherfucker burn, okay?
Okay. This thing is going to, as a reaction.
Watch Jordan say, "Is resistant to fall damage."
No, it does take the damage.
I'll just try. I'll let the cat chew up the cord then.
And actually, before it falls completely, since it's not even its turn yet, I am going to attack it twice while I'm in the air.
Do it.
And it's still fairy fired, I believe, so...
It is.
And it had guiding bolt on it anyway, so...
Well, the
That's a
guiding bolt
crit?
hit you, but
So
yeah.
wait,
The guiding bolt
No,
hit
but you
her,
said,
but it's
but you
still
said you said the advantage
correct.
still...
The advantage is still on it. Yes.
Don't play me. So that's a crit,
Wow.
and that is a
We gonna fight, we gonna
23
fight.
hit.
That's my
hits.
girl.
So max damage off top is going to be 17,
Okay.
and then I'll roll the rest of my damage. And that's another 15 damage.
Okay. Takes that damage as it continues to fall. Anything else you wish to do?
No, I'm just gonna drift slowly to the ground,
Love it.
unbothered.
Perfect. The one that y'all just completely yeeted falls to the ground and goes splat against it. Seemingly dead.
I'm gonna need a no seemingly, is it dead or not?
Seemingly dead. It's not getting up.
Okay, so it's not dead. Great. I don't
Its
like
arms
I don't
and
like the
limbs
seeming.
exploded off of its body, though, right? So it's
Yeah.
all its limbs. Okay, so
Yeah.
Dead Space rules is good.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't trust that.
Neither do I.
I
I'm
need
just
I
doing
need a
this shit.
definitive is it dead or not? Like
Cleansing fire. We need a fire.
The other one that had used its ability to do thorns is again going to have it shoot. Again, I need Blackstone and Tyborn to make another dexterity saving throw, please.
See, this is why I let Cripple go. I don't want him to be in range of this shit.
Yep.
That's a 20. That's a 25.
25.
Not gonna roll that good. Yep, I didn't. I rolled another 3.
Ugh,
So no, I did not save. That was
Yeah,
a
throw
5.
those dice away.
that's not good.
I've tried 4 different dice so far. None of this is working.
I never said which dice.
So
You
wait,
might wanna
this
do
this
all of
creature is
them.
making an attack roll, correct?
Yeah, it's a range thing. It's doing what it did before, where its limbs kind of outstretched and thorns are gonna shoot out at you and Tyborn.
Okay, I would like to use a reaction for Silvery Barbs, so that creature has to roll at disadvantage for that attack.
Sure. Still hits with the 21. Yeah. The other one was a 24.
Well, I'm going. I suppose that's fine. I will give the I'm going to you. Like, I will give this to you. Draven now has an advantage.
Okay.
Now, you
Oh,
might-
did you use your +5 on your saving throw? Because everybody has a +5 on their save. Right?
I have not. I rolled a 25, so
Yeah.
I'm gonna save that. I'm gonna save that 5 for
My
later.
+5 didn't do anything. Oh, it only lasts to my next turn.
Yeah,
so.
it's only one turn.
But also,
So
you
you-
have
so you
you
saved
have
on it,
advantage,
so
so
you
like you might want to use that.
So you got a 30 to save, is what I'm hearing, Blackstone.
I did,
Blackstone will
but-
take half damage. Draven, you will take the full, and that's going to be another 23 piercing. And I need you to make a Constitution savings throw with this one.
How many saving throws do I make on a turn? God damn!
It was 1 dex and 1 con. That's it.
Yeah, that's too many.
Yeah.
Let's find another D20 in here. What we got?
I believe in you, Nipples.
No, that was a 2.
2. God,
So that
Dipples.
brings me to a 8 con save.
Okay. As the thorns
Hold on.
hit-
Did you use your advantage for this con save?
Oh, I did not.
Yep.
Because you have one. Please use it.
I do.
Going for a new.
I'm going for another.
You know something? Just for me,
Okay.
because I'm a robot. Can you please use the metal dice?
That is a +6, 25.
Okay. All right. You feel for a second ice hitting your veins, and you're able to just shrug off, as it seems that these thorns have been dipped in something, and your body's becoming more susceptible to it as they hit.
Is that cold damage?
Would have been poison.
What's that ice sound like?
Um,
But that's it for its turn, and then the last one is going to.
That didn't do any damage. It was just potentially poisoning me.
Yeah. Well, poisoning you, and then you took the initial from the hit,
Okay,
which was
just
the
making sure.
23. Yeah. The
Draven
other
looks
one-
bad.
The other one is going to try and harpoon Blackstone. So I need you to make a dexterity savings throw, please.
that's a 22 on Dex.
Okay. You will take half damage as it kind of shoots in your direction and you are not grappled. But that will be 19 piercing damage. As its
That's
kind of
half. That's
arm. I'm sorry?
That's half of that. That's half of that number.
No, you will half that number.
Oh, okay.
As it kind of shoves that hand with the kind of spear through, cutting as it tries to pull you back, and you're able to just get out of its grip. That's it for the creatures. Next up is Cribble, Draven, and I'm sorry, Blackstone. You have to go.
So
Okay.
it's not
Yeah,
for
sorry,
Blackstone.
I jumped down in the order. It's still the same.
So Draven, before I do this, player to player, did you tell everybody that this creature, like what this creature is susceptible to?
Oh yes, I would have told her.
Okay.
I'd be like,
Jordan?
fire, radiant, burn it to death.
Jordan,
Yes.
can you please tell me what the weather is like today?
It's cloudy. It's not raining, but it's very cloudy and very dark outside.
Cloudy but not stormy, perchance.
No. first time in the last couple days you haven't had any storms, because it's been almost constant rain for the last better part of a week.
Okay. So, hearing Draven say that, seeing the conditions of basically everybody out there, how far apart are these monsters from everyone else?
So we have the two that are kind of doing these hard attacks against you both, that are about, say, 7 or 8 feet. We have one splattered on the ground that has not gotten up, and then we have Deodora and Aurea kind of floating in the air.
Okay. There is kind of a golden glow coming from Blackstone. And there is goes from cloudy to stormy. The wind starts to pick up. And I guess the creature that just attacked me from however far it is.
Yep.
To make a dexterity saving throw.
It's a 16.
Hold on for a moment. I only get to do that once a turn. Oh wait, I have reactions. It's my turn. Yay.
Like a kid on Christmas. Oh wait. There's
Can
one more.
Well, actually, here's a question for you. Mm-hmm. For inspiration die, you said we could use them to, like, mess with things like that? How does that work?
So, very broad question. What do you mean by mess with things?
So, if I use one of these advantage die, can
Yeah.
I use this to take away from points that a creature rolls or add to things that I roll?
Add to things that you roll.
Okay. Then I guess since I have
I would like to rules lawyer because you have let us use our inspiration
I'm
to
not
deduct
doing
from other people's stuff.
I
So are
have.
you
She didn't let
changing
me
that
do
now?
it. She did not let me do it either.
I have, when it is typically the creature has attacked and you're rolling the advantage to take some points off of attack because you all are using a specific thing, whether that be a added part of your abilities or part of the sword. This is something
Yeah.
different where Sin is rolling specifically because y'all missed it. Sin was messaging me to do a thing, so that's why I'm very specifically saying no with this. But if you are rolling
I
to
wasn't-
do
Can we
a
get
thing,
some
that's
people
fine.
in the chat? I need people in the chat to come back and back us. This is where's the lawyer?
Okay, so we'll file this petition for the court too. But this isn't too well. I mean, the thing I wrote you in chat is a completely separate set of shenanigans. But since I have a reaction available to me anyway, can I silvery barbs this?
It's not doing an attack though.
It says silvery
Free
barbs
just
also
gives
works for saving throws.
disadvantage.
But didn't you already silvery? Okay, I'm just a little bit
It's
confused.
his turn again.
It's his turn. He gets
He
his
got it
reaction back.
Yep.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay.
And this creature just succeeded on technically succeeded on a saving throw.
Got it. Okay, sorry. I was not following what you were saying, so that's why I was like,
that's-
wait a minute, what? So
No, that's fine. No, that's fine. We're fine.
okay. Sure. We can do that.
Okay.
So I'll roll again. That is a 15.
You know something? At some point, I'm going to get that degree, and then I will be okay. So it takes half damage from this, which I guess. Give me a second. This. Okay, let me see what's going on here.
Cribble, Draven, and Aurea, you're on deck.
Okay, let me see which spell slot I want to use for this. I only have that many. Alright. So, that creature is going to succeed on the saving throw and therefore take 9 lightning damage.
Okay, nice. Love that. You see the flames hitting, expanding across, and the damage sustaining as that happens as well. Anything else you wish to do?
I am going to take a movement to distance myself, like to put myself as far away from the creatures as possible.
Sure.
And then I'm going to bonus action dodge.
Okay. Sounds good. All right, as we move to Cribble, Draven, and Aurea. Your turns. And then we're back up at the top with Theodora.
Yeah, let's do Sacred Flame.
Okay.
What's the most damaged one?
Right now, the one that has been trying to harpoon you.
Okay. Then we'll Sacred Flame it. I
Okay.
need a DC 15 saving throw. That is...
That's a 5, so it does not.
Okay. So DC 15 dex. It's going to take 12 radiant damage.
Ooh, what does it look like as you are casting a Sacred Flame?
Cripple, just like, I'm gonna fuck him up, Cap. I got your back, buddy.
Perfect.
And then just sends out this mote of glowing fire at this thing. I think that is. Oh, I know what else I would do. I can still have a slot for casting Spiritual Weapon.
Hey.
So we'll cast Spiritual Weapon and take a swing.
What does your spiritual weapon look like?
Cripple's Spiritual Weapon looks like a stick with a like a little staff tall enough for Cribble, which is only like 1 foot, but he's put a giant fucking hammer or like big old rock on top of it, so it looks like a giant maul that he could not even carry if he wanted to.
Sure.
With like vines and tendrils all over it, and it just smashes at this thing. It's a bonk hammer.
Love it. Amazing.
And a 24 is what I swung for.
It hits.
Damage is...
Damage.
Come on, roll the fucking damage. Alright. For whatever reason, the damage is not working. Ooh, nice. Max damage. 12 damage. That's force damage.
Okay. All right. As your spiritual weapon connects with this creature, not looking great, but still up.
It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. And Cripple just goes, sorry, no heals this time, Cap.
Love it.
So Draven is going to These things are not humanoids, so that's not gonna help me. Yeah, I figured as much. Is anybody else close to being able to melee this thing?
Blackstone, I would say, is close-ish, although he's dodging.
No,
And Theodora and
no,
Aurea are up in the air, but making their way down. So,
Okay.
Sparky's still on the ground.
true.
I shouldn't.
And
be
he hasn't
anywhere
done
nearby because I
anything.
ran away.
So if you're looking for somebody to be in flanking position, Sparky is.
There you go.
No, I want to make them attack.
Oh. Okay.
That's what I was asking.
I'm not
So
in
makes-
melee range, but I am
Wait.
attacking with a short bow.
Yeah, it has to be a melee
Yeah, it
attack.
has to be melee.
Okay.
Yeah.
So do you want Sparky to attack?
If Sparky is in melee range, absolutely.
Yeah, you can make that
Yeah.
happen.
Okay.
Fuck him up, Sparky. Fuck him up.
Oh, Sparky roll, because you're in melee range too, right?
Yes.
Okay, so Sparky gets pack tactics, which means Sparky 22 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
Yeah, use another battle dice and use rally.
And then that's 6 damage.
Okay.
On a little bite.
A little bite. As
Cool.
Sparky bites down. Great.
And I'm going to take a swing with my longsword.
Go for it.
17?
That hits. Barely. That hits.
Barely still counts.
Yes, it does.
Oh, the one that Sparky just bit, whoever attacks next has advantage on it.
Got it.
Sweet. Well, I'll crit fish, I suppose. Let's see. No, it doesn't matter. So it's going to be 15 slashing damage.
All right. Slashing down on this thing. It's taking the damage, and you still see that it's somewhat alit from Blackstone's attack. That is it. Anything else you wish to do?
Nah.
Okay. All right. Warrior.
I was like, moving away from this thing doesn't matter because it's going to make me do another fucking dex saving throw and shoot spines at me, so doesn't
Warrior,
really
you're
matter.
up. Theodora, you're on deck.
I just fall and punch.
All right. Which one are you punching?
There's 2 left, right?
Yes. There's
And
one
one
of those
seemingly
pincers.
on the ground.
I'm sorry?
And one seemingly just dead on the ground.
It's dead. I was just having a little fun. It's dead. But yeah. One of the
I'll
pincered
attack-
and then the one dragging its arm.
Then I will get the one that I think Draven is attacking.
Okay.
Let's go ahead and just take that one out.
Yep.
So
That's the one with the
quarterstaff,
harpoon.
that 13.
Misses.
Cool. 12, that also misses. Bonus action flurry of blows.
Okay.
You're attacking the one that Draven's attacking?
You
25,
should-
yes.
Yeah, then you would.
You have flanking, you have
yeah.
advantage.
Oh, okay. Sorry, some people don't use flanking.
Yep, I use flanking. I know. It makes sense to me.
That's pointed.
Jordan, that was a dig on Amir.
Then one of those would be 22.
Yep, that hits.
Okay. For 7 points of damage.
Okay.
And then flurry of blows. Ooh. Jesus. No. I've rolled 3 natural ones. And then 17.
Okay, the 17 just hits.
For 11 points of damage.
Okay.
And I poof.
All right. It is taking that damage.
Barely.
Doesn't look like it's doing as much as it probably should be, but it's taking that damage.
Oh, wait, maybe I don't poof. Is it 10 or 11?
I thought it was 11.
I might not poof. Where's my poofing? I don't poof! Ah! I'm still here.
You're still here.
But I didn't touch the ground.
Nope. I figured you are steadfast in not touching the ground ever, so I was pretty
Okay,
sure
cool.
of that.
I'm punching him like above his head.
Yeah. I love it.
Which is why that's not a good way to punch. Punching down is bad. Like,
Yeah.
it's not. You can't get a good
Or I
hit,
mean, you
which
could
is
be
why I
in
failed
front
so
of him
many.
and just
I
not touch the
mean,
ground.
depends. Ground and pound is a thing.
Yeah, you could just.
Yeah, but I'm fluttering in the air. It's hard to ground and pound while you're fluttering.
It's hard to do anything when your feet punch anything while your feet aren't touching the ground.
Maybe I should land, but I'm not gonna.
It's hard for everybody else except Aurea.
Yeah. Theodora, you're up.
Okay, I assume I've landed at this point,
Yes,
and so
you've
I'm
landed.
also gonna, I guess, join in on the gang jump on this one guy and just attack with my sword.
I love it.
That's gonna hit. That's 26.
Yep, that hits.
And that is a 23.
That hits.
Ooh, baby. That's 20 damage.
Okay.
And then Sparky will go.
Sounds good.
Sparky fucking crit, bitch.
Let's go. Let's go,
Sparky
Sparky.
crit.
Do
So
it,
off
Spark a fella.
Off top, that is 7 damage,
Okay.
and then another 6 damage.
How does Sparky wish to do this?
Oh my
Oh,
god,
hell
Sparky
yeah.
absolutely bites this thing in its Achilles tendon, causing it to crash to the ground, and then Draven and Deodora decapitate it.
Oof, I love it. Amazing. Great job. All right. Anything else you wish to do? So one creature up.
No, I'm good.
Okay. Blackstone, you are up. Then it's the last creature, and then Draven, Cribble, and Aurea, you're on deck.
Okay.
You are muted.
I'm aware. We have 2 creatures that are up, right?
One.
I have one creature that's up.
One that's
One
up.
creature that's up?
Yep.
Okay, I need that creature to make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay. That is 15.
I'm going to silvery barbs that because
I
I
knew you
have
would.
to. You're welcome.
That is a 12.
Yay, it fails this time. Love that
Yay!
for me. You know, I wish you could actually do that because that would be kind of neat. But you can't do that. That is 13 lightning damage.
Okay.
Is there? No, I don't think I can do that as a bonus action. So, bonus action, dodge. I'm still trying to stay as far away from that creature as possible while I'm running around and throwing lightning at it.
So you're
Listen,
like,
I can't
"Electricity,
hate that."
I gotta go. Electricity, I gotta go.
Sometimes you just gotta stay away.
Yeah, that's so valid.
I'm making silly puns about things that Toby would have done in this situation.
Sure. Amazing. Okay, next up
It would-
is...
It'd be great if Toby would help and not just watch us.
Toby's taking a nap.
Yeah, he literally is.
This whole time Toby's been in the little Toby Bjorn.
Yeah.
Truly, every time Robo isn't here, I just assume Toby is napping.
Yep.
And just is in a Toby Bjorn, just either on Aurea or on Deodora, just limbs just dangling.
Love it.
So sleepy when he's weightless.
Yeah. Okay. The pincered one is gonna go ahead and make 2 attacks against Tyborn. One of them, I need you to make a dexterity saving throw, please.
Killing me with these dex saves.
I'm sorry.
Couldn't it be any other save that's not dex?
Nope.
What'd you do with that advantage from your silvery barbs?
I have done nothing with it. You are welcome to have it.
That's great.
Double the roll and
Wait.
pass it to the next player.
I forgot. So he just hit him?
Yeah.
Are we all?
I-
Are we? Am I within 5 feet?
All of
Are
you,
we both
yeah.
within-
All of you have been slowly ganging up on this thing, yeah.
Great.
I get to hit it if we're in 5 feet.
Yeah.
Because I also
I
have
do.
Sentinel.
I
forgot
I know.
I do
Wait,
too.
do you-
I
wait,
was
hold
gonna
on,
I
do
do
you-
the
keep
same thing.
forgetting I have
Wait.
Sentinel.
Wait. Do you mean within 5 feet of this creature
Yes.
that I just hit
Yes.
with lightning?
Yes.
Okay, so respectfully,
I
I need
know
y'all
what
not
this
to be
means.
there.
Yeah.
Oh wait, what'd you say?
Because like,
If y'all are
Respectfully, I
within
need y'all
5
not to be
feet,
there.
y'all gonna get shot and
yeah.
He
I
just
was
ran
already-
up to us though. What am I supposed to? I can't move.
Yeah, didn't it
that's
just
fair.
He
come
ran
up
to us.
Yeah, he ran to
Yeah.
Like it's not
so-
our turn. I'm just reactioning,
Yeah.
Yeah, same.
so I can't do anything.
Oh, since it came over our way, we're
Yeah.
sentineling.
Yeah.
Okay,
It's
got it. I
his
see, I
turn.
see.
He
Yes.
came to us.
Correct.
Understood.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So he's been hit and is running away. Is that
No,
what's happening?
no. He's running to
It's his
y'all.
turn.
Yeah.
He's
trying
running
to attack
towards
Tyborn.
Straven.
We both
Oh,
have a
okay.
reaction,
Yes.
Yeah.
which is
Because
what
we're
we're
in-
trying to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. We're here now. That's fine.
Okay.
But are we not doing that then? Did you say not to
I'm
do it?
doing.
Go
No.
for
Oh
it.
no,
no!
you're sure.
I say go go for it because the lightning.
22 to
I'm
hit.
confused.
Yeah, that hits.
11 damage.
Perfect.
I missed.
And my deck save because of that
Did
advantage
you roll with advantage?
ended up being a 21.
Okay, perfect. You are not.
I still
grappled.
missed. My 5th natural one.
What is
This
going on
God.
with the dice today?
The
I
dice
don't know.
have
Or, yeah,
plotted against
April's
me.
using D&D Beyond.
Oh, jeez, that. Ugh.
I always do, so you can see my dice rolls.
I trust you. You can roll regular dice.
Well, not everyone's trustworthy.
I trust you.
Wow, speaking with some experience there.
I have not rolled physical dice since that game.
That's valid, but I trust you. You don't have to.
I'm using digital dice.
That's valid.
I'm gonna start rolling. Every one of my hits is gonna be a 19.
My
I trust you though.
So
my
Draven,
dice are whatever, but yeah. Anyway,
between the
please.
2 hits, again, between the 2 of them, you will take 29 points of damage.
Oh, Draven's down.
Okay.
Oh fuck. Okay.
What are the last thoughts that Draven has as he goes down?
I mean, the last thoughts.
You're going unconscious. You never know what's gonna happen.
Draven's
We're not picking you
Draven's
up.
last thought was Draven was in a fight. Like, there's no like, I'm trying to fuck this thing up. I'm on my last
Dra-
legs. It hits me. I'm going down.
Draven's last thought is, "Oh fuck." He drops.
No, that's more
Oh,
Cribble.
shit.
Cribble's going, fuck.
That sounded like the Aflac commercial.
That's what he sounded like this whole time.
Yeah. Love it. Okay.
Rest in peace, Guilford God.
I still got Cribble.
Cribble
Cribble
God.
still gets a turn.
Yep, Cribble's still up. Cribble, then Oria.
So Cribble is going to go over and heal Draven.
Sounds great.
With my yep, we're gonna do a cure wounds. Yep, that's all I got left. Draven pops back up at 10 HP.
Sounds good.
Now technically, because you acted before me, I have not taken a turn with Draven.
Correct.
So Draven can still act. Cribble has no bonus actions that way. Whoa, I still got spiritual weapon up. Never mind. Bonk.
There
Spiritual
you go.
weapon. Bonk. So that's gonna be. Oh, spiritual weapon's gonna whiff. All right. Cool. Draven's just going to Draven's gonna give Theodora an attack.
Okay.
Because you've been rolling well.
Okay. 24 to hit.
That hits.
See, I know what I'm doing.
This isn't making me use my reaction, is it?
No, this is me
Okay, just
using
making
my battle die to
Yeah,
rally.
this is a
you know?
special thing that.
Just making sure.
Smart that you picked Theodora. I was just curious what I would have rolled and it would have worked.
Listen, I know I've been watching the way the
Yeah,
winds
no,
have been
don't.
blowing.
No, I thought you picked Theodora.
That's 12 damage.
Sing us that swan song.
Oh, I just like bury my sword in its gut to get that dark blood.
Nice. Amazing. Y'all are out of initiative as these creatures lie dead on the ground, and you can slowly see as they're continuing to decay, they are slowly turning into mud on the ground.
I'm going to strike each of them with another lightning bolt.
Yeah,
the spell.
You'll see Cribble doing what is it? Not guiding
Sacred
bolts, but
flames.
sacred flames,
Yep.
making sure that these go all the way away.
Yep.
And you'll also notice anything that does not look completely decayed, that is vaguely humanoid, you just see Cribble going, sacred flame. Everything's going up in flame.
You know, that spiritual weapon's still up. You could just hit things with
Oh
the
yeah,
spiritual
he's just
weapon.
bonking. There's skulls getting crashed in. They don't care about skeletons, nothing.
Like I think there's a silent understanding between Cribble and Blackstone about what's supposed to happen here, and everybody just watching them like, I think they're done, guys. You don't have to. And it's just, nope, another lightning bolt. Every time you hear that, just like another crack of lightning.
Draven looks rough, to to say the least.
Can we short rest?
Why? Aria's great. Aria feels great. Full hit points, full spirit points.
Fuck
didn't use
off.
I
Yeah.
had a great time. Went on an adventure
Why
up in the
don't
sky.
you do some, let's do a perception check to see if you can find a little area for you to short rest.
Oh, hey. 22. I rolled good on that one.
Yay.
Okay, I'm gonna go with that 22 because I rolled poorly.
Damn, it's just
Um,
like, oh, that sucked. That
So you
sucked a
can
lot.
see a little bit further into the kind of store that you were kind of standing out in front of when all of this went down. You can kind of see that the upper level of the store itself has largely been preserved, as much as I can say preserved. At least the floorboards are standing and nothing's collapsing. But it would give you some coverage from the elements if you wanted to go take a rest up there. And as you all head up that way, I think that's a great place to stop for today.
Whew.
Oof.
That was fun.
Good job, y'all.
Is everybody okay? Yep, good.
Yeah, I feel great.
Cool.
Thank you.
Like,
Theodore's
black-
kind of glaring at Cribble.
Blackstone stops glowing and like the storm dissipates, but the
Wasn't his
clouds are
fault.
still there.
We will pick back up with this in 2 weeks with hopefully Robo will be back.
Robo better be back because he better not come up in the chat calling us bitches like he ate the one. He ate
Right.
the
I
bitch.
know. We literally...
Like one of us wasn't carrying him literally this entire
Yeah.
game.
Like literally, yeah. That's why Oria kept missing because she had to carry Toby.
Makes
We're not
sense.
used to fighting around.
Yeah.
1000%. But good job today, y'all. Really excited for what y'all are going to be doing next. But let's go around and say who we are and any announcements that we have before we go and raid. I will jump over to Sin again to start.
Okay, I think we got it this time. So, hello. I'm Sin this time, a little bit less messy after this encounter and things. Here on the channel giving you the Sunflower vibes. So, we'll be streaming tomorrow. We will be here for Games for Change next week, from Thursday to Sunday, where you can give money to good causes and do the things. I have been Blackstone, caster of lightning spells and backup druid when our druid is not here.
Amazing. Perfect. Okay. Let's jump over to Dimples.
Hello, everyone. I am Doubles and Dice. I've been playing Draven and Cribble. Yeah, you can find me as Doubles and Dice. You might see me streaming some Hades too here in the nearest future. Maybe
Yeah,
as soon
blackout-
as tomorrow. Shut the
Blackout
fuck
drunk.
up. Shut the fuck up. That's not gonna happen again.
Blackout drunk,
Don't promise
roasting
that.
people.
No, it's not. I remember that I am 39 years old, and yeah, yeah, it's not happening again, especially not on no fucking Wednesday night. Anyway,
What if I just finish this whole bottle of whiskey?
catch me
That
in several Games for Change games this weekend. Yeah, be there. Donate. If you can't donate, hype us up. We're doing this for a good cause. That's all I got.
Awesome. Thank you. Let's head over to April.
Hi, I have been Oria. I was April. I don't know who I'm going to be in 15 minutes. I'll probably be asleep. I will also be all over Games for Change, doing a whole bunch of things, and also keep an eye out. We got a really cool thing happening with Cold World Press, and I'm just going to say it. 2 of my players are in this room right now. Theron Prince will be joining me in a little horror game for Tales of the Valiant soon, so keep an eye out for that. More player announcement and actual announcements soon.
Woo! It's gonna be a blast. And last but certainly not least, Fair.
Hi, I'm Farron. I've been Deodora. You can follow me on Twitter at Fairbear. You can also follow me here on Twitch at Fairbear. I do stream from time to time, and hey, you know, maybe I'll stream Hades too. Maybe. I could be bribed. I will also be in games, either DMing or playing for Games for Change. So you should definitely come through. One of the incentives for the game that I'm running is you can have Strahd von Zarovich show up riding a Tarask. So, if you would like that to happen, you should come and donate. And if you like the sound of my voice, you can also hear it on Taking Initiative's third season, Sword and She. It is a Pathfinder 2nd Edition campaign set in a homebrew world.
Woo, fantastic. And I have been your storyteller, D&D Jordan Lee. I will be back here tomorrow playing A Plague's Tale, and then continuing Hades on Tuesday. So, thanks y'all for hanging out with us. We have a really jam-packed week coming up, so stay tuned. I'm really excited to get back to this game too in 2 weeks. I utterly adore this group. But we are going to get out of here, y'all. We're going to head over to Soma, who is live right now doing some Fallout. And yeah, we'll continue the good vibes. But thank you so much for hanging out with us, and we will see y'all next time from Beyond the Veil. Bye, everybody.
Peace.